Well, good morning. Bobby Lee here from Hurricane Creek Farms. Got a beautiful day. We've already been out and about doing kind of some of our early morning chores and feeding, but we show that all the time. Wanted to get y'all in on the real action, and that is we're getting back in the hayfield again today. I don't know, how long has it been? Today's July 16th. It's been a month or more since we've had any hay. We got over a first cutting. Been blessed with rain. Finally got a little break in it. I think we got like a 25% chance tomorrow, and then it's basically single digits for the next several days. So yeah, we're gonna get a little hay cut. Probably gonna get over here before we hook it up. Go ahead and grease it. It's easier to grease that PTO shaft and whatnot. But you can get the tractor out. Got to check on the fuel situation. Tractor, I know, is low. I don't know how much fuel we've got. I think there's a little bit in that tank. It's only like 10 acres we're gonna cut, 10, 12 acres. So I hope I don't have to stop and go get some fuel. But anyway, find out here in a minute. Appreciate y'all watching. Thumbs up, please, on the video. I know all of you have probably already subscribed, but for that one person out there that has not subscribed yet, yes, I'm talking to you. Please click the subscribe button. Let's get to it. Yep, good there. All right, need to get the bale spilled off the back here. And of course, with the bale spear, punctured a hole in a mineral sack, but we lost about 6 ounces of mineral. Will be all right. Okay. I say let's fire up. Let's be sure she's gonna fire up. And why on earth are the kids' bicycles right there? I don't know. They clearly put them there, which I appreciate them, you know, relatively speaking, placing them out of the way, but it's kind of an odd spot for them to put them. Hooked up. Okay. Are we gonna have enough fuel to get over everything? Tractor had about 1/8 of a tank maybe in it. I hope there's enough fuel in there. We probably need 3/8, probably not quite a half a tank to get over what we're gonna do, or hope to do today. So I'm hoping I don't have to stop and go get fuel, but we'll see. My gosh, like, I've hooked up this mower. It was actually pretty quick and easy. Just pulling it over here, getting ready to pump some fuel. I'm wringing wet. I mean, I don't even say it joking. It ain't the heat, it's the humidity. It is, I mean, it's gotta be like 100% humidity. I mean, it is unbelievable. Good news. She's still pumping strong. I think we're gonna probably have enough fuel, not have to stop. So that is good news. Apparently my brother must have filled this back up. Basically, he borrows my truck when he needs to fill his tractor up with fuel because he doesn't have the transfer tank, doesn't have a fuel tank on his farm. So So I thought what he did was he filled this up, drove it to his farm, filled up his tractor, and then just brought it back to me, which may have been what he did because it didn't quite fill the tractor up. It's close. So you know, that tank wasn't full then, but it had much more in it than I had thought there may be. I thought, and I can't keep up with how big the tank is on his tractor, or even how, of course I don't know how low it was. But anyway, was not sure that we had enough fuel in there. Well, certainly to fill this tractor up, but even enough to get us over everything. But that concern is relieved. Like I say, she's, for all practical purposes, fuel. We probably could have put another 3 or 4 gallons in there maybe. But anyway, we're gonna get that hose wound up and whatnot, and we need to check the height on the mower, be sure it's set about right, which I'm going to come over here and take a look. Got her on a fairly flat surface here. Probably want to drop it down just a little more, but yeah, we're about ready to roll. Make sure all our knives are good. Oh, I'm glad I checked that, because we actually do have one broken off there. Good deal. We have got the impact over there. We'll be able to swap that out real quick. Are all good except for this one. Of course, on that outside drum, it's always the likely culprit in terms of where you're gonna have one broken off, but I thought it was a 19. Hope the battery's good in the impact. No bueno, mostly bueno. We always hang on to the old knives. We can pop one back on there as a replacement, as we are in this situation. All right. There we go. She's pointing in the right direction. All right. So, yeah, that's why I love that impact. Which we're not too far from the air compressor, so it's not like that was our only chance to fix it, was if we had that today. But it's just nice. If we had noticed that we were out in the field, we could have made this repair just as easily in the middle of nowhere as we could right here at home. But I'm gonna adjust the height on that just a little bit. Basically just by lengthening out that top link, and we're ready to roll. All right, we got her sitting there on the ground. I'm just gonna lengthen this top link out just a little bit. What it's gonna do is gonna make that blade, or the bar there, just angle over just a little more. We'll cut just a little lower. Excuse me, I said that backwards. I'm gonna shorten it. Shorten the top link, screw it in, which is going to be a 2-hand job apparently, and that'll allow us to lower that cutting height just a little, not much. It's subjective. We'll get off and look at it as we're you know, running, make sure it's not looking like it's cutting too low, too high. You know, we want it just right. By pulling in here into field number 3 out of 5, just a bunch of small patches on this farm. As you can see out here, a lot of Johnson grass, some crabgrass, still a little clover. The clover's not going to amount to anything though this time of year. Bermuda, it's kind of a good, typical kind of warm season mix for us. I was in several of these fields, about 2 weeks ago, just with the tractor and bucket, getting some of the debris from the recent windstorms moved out. And at that time, I've really been kind of disappointed at how short the grass was. Had really tempered my expectations as far as yield. But I don't know, I'm starting to get my hopes back up. The Johnson grass, of course, has gotten real big. It's not super thick, but where we've got the crabgrass, in a lot of places, it is just as thick as a hair on the dog's back. And so, not real tall, but super thick. So, I don't know, we'll get a yield prediction before we bale it as far as how many rolls we think. But yeah, I'm starting to get my hopes up that it's going to be a few more bales than what I'd originally kind of started to believe. You know, some of those most recent storms, there's more tree damage. I didn't ride over here. This is kind of around part of this farm. It's a little more roundabout way to get to, so had not come over here yet. Probably should have whenever we had the bucket on the tractor still, and could have checked on this, but I see we've got more limbs out up here ahead, so I think I can put the bucket on the tractor and can probably move that one around. Another thing, we got a roll of hay over there from our first cutting. We didn't move these home. Actually, it might be 2 or 3 rolls that are kind of buried by that tree. So, man, yeah, storms have been tough to deal with this year. We're here in the 4th of the 5 fields now. The last little field's like an acre, so last significant ground we got to get covered. And this may, if things work out, be some of the last hay we cut using this tractor. Obviously we sold the 4030, I guess, a couple of videos ago. It's real time, it's only been about 4 or 5 days, but you know, looking to replace it. Kind of got that in the works. Not going to reveal too much. We want to save that for a future video when we actually physically have our hands on a new machine. But kind of one of the things in upgrading there was going to something a little newer, because we probably could have, you know, certainly no real reason why we could not have anyway, put disc mower on that old 4030. I don't know, just using that older tractor like that, put a lot more hours on it. The tractor's slow on the road, especially when you're moving around a bunch. But yeah, this may be one of the last times we use the old 135 with the disc mower paired up. So anyways, tractor does fine. I enjoy driving it, but it is probably twice as big as what we need to you know, use this implement. You know, it works if it's the only tractor we've got, but we'll be a little more practical to get a little smaller machine in here to do some of these jobs that we don't quite need all this horsepower. Okay, back home. Hope y'all enjoyed that little bit of drone footage. I got to thinking, I was like, you know, we've used drone to, you know, film while we're baling, while we're spreading fertilizer, while we're raking. It's like, disc mowing, I was like, I don't think we've yet used the drone to get any footage of that. So, hope y'all enjoyed that. My kids are actually over at my parents' house. I was supposed to be over there, meet them for lunch. It's now 2 o'clock, so, but my wife's out of town, so I can put one kid on the tractor with me. It's hard to put 2, so I'm gonna run over there and then we'll get some more stuff done a little later on. Well, another West Tennessee good morning to you. Down here checking these calves or these heifers. We're gonna go ahead and rotate pastures here in just a minute. Let them clean up what we just put in the bunks for them. Have accounted for all 59. We'll see if we can get them to follow us down the hill and through the gate. They should cooperate. They usually do. Oh yeah, they were eager to follow us down here. You know, in their minds, the grass is always greener on the other side. So, which, hey, I'll give them credit. Grass should be pretty darn green out here, but, well, wish they weren't all wadded up. We like to try to count them as they come through, but we'll see if we can do that. Okay, we got one more on that's scared of us. We're gonna run down that way. We got some stragglers. If we can get these 4 to come on through, we'll be in good shape. All right, now going back that way. Just being silly for no reason. All right, right-hand turn, ladies. Right-hand turn. Okay, so there we go, all 59 head moved. First, I'll say big task, but first thing we had on the docket for today, checked off the to-do list. One of his favorite things to do, ain't that right? Pull the tab off the mineral sack. So, a little mineral put in there, and we gotta head on up the road. Well, got some pasture spray, just hitting these spots we missed. Actually have not sprayed this bottom over here, this side of the creek. So I may, got some chemicals still left in there, may do that. As you can see, this crew here, the cow herd here at home, is ready to rotate pastures too. So let's just be a pasture rotation day for all groups. So go ahead and let them through. I actually don't want them out here in these bottoms. Take them up there through the gates, the other end, and over into these pastures right here beside the house. Yep, y'all gotta move out of the way so I can open the gate. All right, y'all come on. Come on. Woo! Come on through, everybody. Come on through. Woo! Still got probably 1/3 of a tank still full. Probably spray that out here. That won't get over everything. Fill it up one more time. Maybe by then we'll have covered the bulk of this pasture. I don't know, we'll see. Just slowly covering everything a little bit at a time. They're cooperating pretty well. They know the routine, they know the way around. And I don't know if they're smart enough to think to themselves, hey, all the warm season grasses are in here. That fescue's not too great to graze right now. They probably don't get that deep into thought, but yeah, they know I'm sitting here calling them with the gate open, so here they come. Come on, babies, come on. Woo! I wanted to drag the creep feeder out of the weeds too. Probably gonna go ahead and start creep feeding the calves a little. Not really. Weaning is not right around the corner, but at least be taking some steps to get prepared for when that time comes. Tell you what, I did an excellent job planning all these sorts of tasks for the absolute hottest part of the day. Oh my goodness. I'm about to melt. All right, got the rake pulled up, hooked up and pulled over here. We can put those kicker wheels back on there, so we can, again, have that, you know, just operational again, where it'll turn over that hay that's laying there in the middle. But I guess I'm gonna use a little muscle, wrestle that thing over here and see if we can get it back on there. Well, that might make the bloopers. See if this baby's gonna work. Looky there, picked them up, put them down. And of course that right wing just does not want to go. See, pick up. All right. Yeah, we'll get some action footage when we're raking, which maybe later on today. Yeah, this other wing, I don't know. I fought with it, wrestled with it. Doesn't matter which tractor it's hooked up to. Once you get in the float, you can get it to go on over, but it otherwise does not want to let down. But Yep, got those wheels on there. Yeah, I need to put a little grease in that fitting. We're otherwise ready to go to the field. Good deal. Woo! Exciting, gotten hot. It's about 1:30. Kind of in my mind is we'll check that hay about 4 o'clock or so. You know, we cut it. It's been cut, you know, all of it for over 24 hours now. We finished about this time yesterday. But yeah, let it lay there for a good, you know, basically had all day yesterday, yesterday afternoon to dry, all day today up to about 4 o'clock, then we may turn it over. I don't know, it may not work out, may need to let it lay until tomorrow before we rake it. My thing is I'm back to work tomorrow, so when I get home, we'll have, you know, about 2 hours of daylight. Will be enough to rake it or bale it, but not both. So let me double check our weather. Yeah, the next real chance of rain is not until like, looking like Thursday night into Friday. So today's just Monday. I mean, if we don't rake it till tomorrow and then bale it on Wednesday, that'll be fine. But, woo, I'm worn out. We'll go check on that here in just a bit and see how dry it looks like it's getting. I'm just about to melt. There is not a stitch of clothing on me that is dry. We did go ahead and service the baler because, again, it may have been confusing a minute ago. I'm gonna rake either today or tomorrow, and then depending on how it's drying, and then depending on that, we will bale either tomorrow evening or Wednesday evening after I get home from work. So want to go ahead and have the baler serviced. We just got to hook it up. Obviously can't hook it up till we get done raking, which is of course part of the reason why we need to get the tractor to replace the 4030. Otherwise we'd have had the rake on the 4030, we'd have that tractor hooked up to the baler right now. But anyway, that'll take care of itself soon enough. Been working on that some more again today as well. I'm not going to ruin the surprise for you guys, but yeah, we'll just see from here. Oh, I need to check on how much net wrap is in here. Oh, getting low on that roll, but that should be enough. I don't know, in my mind, I'm thinking 25 rolls, right, maybe plus or minus a few. We'll see, but yeah, still proud to have that American flag net wrap. While we're on that subject, you need you some net wrap. You need you a UTV sprayer like we were using earlier this morning. You see, I got another one. It's actually for my dad. You need you some rake wheels, you know, some replacement wheels or just some teeth. We got all that from agzaga.com. Cool thing. Check it out on those rake wheels. That really means a lot to us. The sprayer. Also, see right there, made in the USA. So pretty cool stuff. Yeah, go to agzaga.com. Any of that you need, other parts, supplies, you know, every shape and size, different color combinations of the net wrap. I don't know why you wouldn't want the red, white, and blue. You can barely see it on some of those bales. We need to put a few more wraps on there if we want to make it look, you know, really obvious. They also got the FFA, the blue and gold. They just have the plain, you know, basically regular old white, you know, or off-white, whatever. But anyway, agzaga.com. The most important part of going there is that you can get 10% off, or one of the important parts, using the discount code HCF10. Yeah, they'll be glad to have you. Very reasonable shipping, very fast shipping. I've always been amazed at that. These bulky items, they get them shipped just like that. Very reasonable cost as well. But anyway, yeah, I think I'm gonna go inside for a minute, cool off, have a tall, cold glass of water, and we'll go check on that hay, see how it's drying here in the next couple of hours. Stopping here in the first little field closest to the house, which one thing that's gonna help it dry out is it wasn't quite as big or as thick as what we would have liked. But you see right here in some spots. Yeah, once we turn it over, there is a lot of green still in there. That crabgrass especially doesn't dry very quickly. Of course, a lot of that underneath, it's not really gonna dry too much until we get it flipped over. But yeah, looking at the forecast, no big threats of rain. Like I say, today it's Monday afternoon, about 3 o'clock. until like Thursday evening, maybe even Thursday overnight, going into Friday morning. So thinking, you know, if we just had to get it up tomorrow, we could rake it this evening and bale it tomorrow evening after I get off work. I think what I'm gonna do is wait, rake it tomorrow afternoon. You know, once I get home, let it lay there for another 24 hours. We'll bale it on Wednesday afternoon. Yeah, still real green underneath there. You know, that crabgrass wasn't real tall, but it was pretty thick. We should have a pretty good stand of it for what'll be a third cutting on this after we get this off here. Need to get fertilizer put on it this go around. We didn't fertilize it after the first cutting, but I'm rambling on about that. See, I changed clothes. One, I was just nasty. Two, because I guess I haven't sweat enough already today. I'm gonna go for a little run, trying to stay in shape. The older you get, the harder that is. So you gotta go to the grocery store, do a few other things, go into town, take advantage of being able to run on the sidewalks. I like running out here on the old country roads. We stand right here, but not a lot of shoulder on some of these roads. It's probably a little safer to go into town and run on sidewalks. But appreciate y'all watching. We're actually eating venison tonight, so we're sticking with red meat, but mule deer that I killed Montana last fall, which y'all can go back and watch that video. But it would have been November of 22. But anyway, I'm rambling on. Check back with us next time. I don't know if I'll do a lot of filming of the raking and baling this go around, just because I'm going to be doing it like just kind of pretty quickly after I get home from work. But we'll get some footage, no doubt. This weekend, plan on being, well, weather depending, get some more hay cut. We're just now getting started on the second cutting. Got a lot more to go. But appreciate y'all watching. Y'all eat beef and God bless.